Initial setup for Gaposa radio motors and transmitters. There are two ways to synchronize a motor with a transmitter. Option 1. Using the transmitter to be programmed, press and hold the sync button, the button on the left on the back of the transmitter, until the motor moves. Check the direction and release the programming button. Option 2. If you want to use the motor head button, simply press and hold the motor head button until you can discern the direction the motor is moving. This process will allow other motors to be connected to power at the same time. Only the motor with the white button being pressed will be programmed. Make sure you remember the direction the motor turned. You will need it for the next step. This step will need to be completed within 5 seconds of the previous step. To synchronize the motor with the transmitter, press up or down. Remember which direction the motor moved in the previous step. If in the previous step the motor moved up, press the up button. If in the previous step the motor moved down, press the down button. The motor will not move once a direction button is pressed. This process synchronizes the transmitter with the motor as well as the direction. If the direction is incorrect, please see the changing direction video. The direction will need to be corrected before the limits are set. The next step is to set the limits for the motor. In order to start the limit setting process, press and hold the limit button, the button on the back of the transmitter on the right, until the motor makes a jog. A jog is a brief up and down movement. When setting the limits, it is important to remember that the up limit must always be set first. To set the up limit, press and hold the up button on the transmitter until the up limit is reached. We also need to remember that when in limit setting mode, the motor operates in deadman control, meaning you must press and hold the up button to get the motor to move. If your motor is a Sensei triple try obstacle detection motor, the up button only needs to be held for 2 seconds. Then the motor will run automatically. The stop button can be pressed to stop the motor at the top limit. The stop button will need to be pressed again to set the limit. When the up limit is reached, press the stop button. The motor will jog. When the motor jogs, it means that the limit is set. Once the up limit is set, we can move to the down limit. Press and hold the down button until the down limit is reached. We are still in deadman control, meaning you must press and hold the down button to get the motor to move. If the motor is a Sensei triple try obstacle detection motor, the down button only needs to be held for 2 seconds. Then the motor will run automatically. The stop button can be pressed to stop the motor at the bottom limit. The stop button will need to be pressed again to set the limit. When the down limit is reached, press the stop button. The motor will jog. The down limit is set when the motor jogs. The limit programming is now complete and the motor will operate normally.